go to UK 5 years, they don't come back. Some of them we don't even hear about them again. But this guy went to China.
Within a year,
he came back, brought so many goods, brought phones, 10 phones. I'm going there. If it's to spend, I'll go there and spend 1 year. I will buy my popsy car back. Yeah, my name is Olusheye Abimbola Oluwasomi. I'm from West Africa, Nigeria. I'm a business consultant. I'm also into hotel tourism and, of course, into showbiz. Yeah, I've been in China for almost 2 decades now. And my perception about China, I would say I really didn't have any idea about China, because we came in the era where there was no social media and the internet where you can easily, browse and check what's up, But so we usually I relied on the visa agent, We usually, those of us that came, to China at that time, we normally rely on what the visa agent, tells us. So I remember one of the visa agents telling me that if I should come to China, I mean, not, if I might decide not to work, just wake up in the morning, because China, they produce electronics, so I can just wake up, go to the dustbin and find used electronics, I can, pack this and send to Africa, for sales, There was one that even said, if I should get to China and I don't like, I can just take the next available train to Japan or Korea. That's just about 45 minutes from China. So those were the belief, we got about China. Maybe apart from the, films, Chinese film was very popular in Africa then, and, we watch a lot of Chinese film. And the Chinese movie we watched then, they don't usually show the cities, The impression they gave to us was that they believe so much in tradition, We only see uh, bicycles, a lot of bicycles on the road, kung fu's, and yeah, so there was not really much idea, about China then, unlike now where you can easily, you know, and we also rely on those people that have been to China. Although then there are very few people that go to China then, because even in Africa, you can't even tell anybody that you want to go to Africa. They will be like, "Are you to China?" They'll be like, "Are you okay?" I think the only part of China I think we used to hear about then was Hong Kong and Taiwan. Nobody knew Japan, Shanghai. Yeah. Um, so the perception was just like coming to China was just like an adventure to us. Then we didn't really know what we were going to there to do. Yeah. So that's what's up. If I should go by your question, routine now basically is I like to sleep early. Now I stay with my kids. I have about 4 kids staying with me. So um, I usually tell them to go to bed early. So I I also want to show them that because kids they also want to. If you tell them to do something, they also want to see you doing it before they they believe what you're telling them. So I sleep early by 10. I try as much as possible to sleep by 10 p.m. and I wake up early 6 a.m. By 6 a.m. I'm awake. I pray and I'm I'm a phone addict, so I always try to make sure I wake up because of the work I do outside China. By the time we are sleeping in China, in Africa, they are already awake. So because I off my phone anytime I sleep, by before 10 p.m. So when I wake up by 6, I try to look at my phones and email and see um, any urgent mails or messages I can quickly reply, and attend to. And by then the kids are already awake. I I think because of the COVID, although people don't know about this, I'm an indoor person. Apart from when I have shows, I have to go outside to promote, go to club, meet people, but the rest time I do most of my work at home, so um, I've allowed most of my time, to be engulfed, I spend most of my time with my kids.
Laced up TV, poker.
Mhm.
I started music promotion, bringing artists from Africa since 2010. At that time, there was no, we wanted, and from there we were getting feedback from other African artists that China, we didn't know China, it's like this, so that's how we started in 2010. And till date now, we've brought a lot of artists, the likes of Two Face from Nigeria, KC. There's this artist from Ghana too. We brought too. What's his name? Maybe before the end of the interview, I remember. We brought artists from Uganda too, from Kenya, from Congo. Awilo Lubumba. That was I think the biggest African artist. The biggest. Because that was one of the show I didn't really want to do at that time, but and those years there was no even WeChat where we can. But I was surprised. The turnout was very massive, and yeah, so that's what we were doing now. Bringing artists to China has not been easy. Generally, even managing an artist is a very difficult one. Artists being who they are. I tell you, artists are the most difficult people to work with, and you can't blame them um, because of their creativity. They think a lot. So now bringing them to China, of course, hasn't been easy. I remember bringing the first time I wanted to bring an artist from Nigeria. My first artist in 2010. And when they had China, they were like, "Oh, China," because nobody believed. Just like I told you earlier that if you've not been to China before, you would think China. You'll be looking at China as we look at countries like North Korea. So um, to convince artists to even come to China, they look at the distance and tell you, "Hey, bro, please." Okay, after convincing them to come, they'll tell you, "Brother, please, when I come to China, I don't want to spend immediately after the show, please, my return ticket." You know. But when they come here, they find it's a different place entirely. Even those that have traveled to like other countries, when they get to China, they don't believe their eyes. So the first challenge I would say is convincing the artist to come to China, even despite um, the social media era now where they can even see it themselves. They don't believe it until they come here to see themselves. And visa problem too. We need. China is a kind of country where no matter how big a business here, if you don't try to work with the government, like they like. When we started at first, venue was very difficult because there was no club that would allow you to bring an African artist to their club. They believe it's of no effect. What's the effect to them? But along the line, that we change that impression. And
Yeah, so if you're in China and you want to connect with me, one thing I tell people is that China needs professionals and talents, and China is not a country where you come to and say you want to, start something afresh. They need people who can add to the betterment of their people and their economy. So as for talent, I like working with talent, So if you know you're good in music, or arts generally, you can get in touch with me, through Lace Up TV, or just get in touch with me through Lace Up TV or my Instagram, FaajiHouse. I also have a website I I admin, www.FaajiHouse.com, where we upload music, African music and old, new, and wherever. So you can reach out to me and let's do something together. Yeah, ciao. Yeah, I think I would say the happiest time in China was when I had my first child. That was in 2010. Yeah, 2010. Because it wasn't something I really planned. It just happened, and when I had my wife delivered, I went to the hospital. I saw my baby. I was out of this world. So the baby was looking like me. Black. And the whole hospital were like, "Hey, what's this black Chinese baby?" So I would say, and in 2012 when I brought my first African artist, because it was something that was like unbelievable, something people think it cannot happen, because then it was very difficult for Africans, to gather together. You hardly see African gather together to party, So when we wanted to do that stuff, people were like saying, "Oh, blah 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 blah." So, but we made it happen. So I think those were my happiest time in China. Are you sure you're ready, you're up to this? My worst experience in China, it wasn't really directly to me, It was when a friend of somebody very close to me actually was arrested for what he did not do. Yeah, it happens. And although that opened a lot of, it's opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I found out that, China is not a perfect place, China is not a perfect place, and I want to use this opportunity to employ, you know, young Africans, coming to China. That you know, you must have this at the back of your mind. Once you come into China, you have to make sure you behave 10 times better, than the other race, because what an American will do in China will go scot free. If you do it in China, you might find yourself in a place where you don't like, and I'm sure this is because of those people put in place of authority. They don't really care about the welfare of their people. So we must always know that as a black man, all eyes, just like Tupac Shakur said, all eyes and ups. So you have to make sure anywhere you are, you try as much as to behave yourself and just behave 10 times better than the other race. Yeah. So that's what's up. But I would just only advise, if you have the intention of coming to China, you must have yourself prepared. because when we were coming to China, then we didn't really know anything about China, and we didn't really have this social media era now where you can easily find out about everything yourself. So for anybody coming to China, I would say you should just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself mentally, socially, what have you, and have a time frame for yourself. China is not a place where you can come and take as your second home, and so if you're coming to China, just prepare your exit before they tell you to exit. So it's a country you can be for you can be enjoying everything for 10 years, and all of a sudden they will tell you to, okay, brother, go back to your land. So, and you tell them why, they say, no, why, we've had enough of you. So I will advise anybody coming to China. China is a very peaceful place. It's a place, as long you can, set what you want to come and do here, and yeah, set goals for yourself and time frame for yourself. Don't come to China and think, oh, you can, come here and leave, bring your family, or take as your second home. Just know when you're coming to China, you can be told to leave anytime. You can't blame them because of their population. They are not ready to have more people to, and especially if you're very professional, talent, that's what they need in China. They need people that can better the life of their people that can, improve their economy. So they don't want liability. So if you come into China to also, you have to think about it. See what you can offer to them. See what you can offer to them first before uh, you plan coming here. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it depends on where you live in China. If you're staying in the first tier cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, I think those cities are very expensive. And everything depends on your lifestyle. If you want to live a luxury lifestyle in China, you can you can live. Depends on your income. And if you want to like live like the average Chinese person, you can also live like that. But for me, staying in Beijing, I would say depends on your lifestyle. Just like I mentioned, I I'm a family man. I have kids, and when you look at the cost, of school, accommodation, because you have to stay in a bigger apartment, and you have to feed them and stuff like that. But for a young man coming to China, I will advise, if you want to start a life in China, you should go to the smaller cities, where you can get cheap accommodation and transportation. Transportation everywhere in China is I think that's one of the best amenities they've got. Transportation. There's bike sharing. You can use the bike, you can use the subway, you can go on bus. DD with your phone, and if you're driving, most even Chinese, that have car, they don't take their cars out because of the other transportation means they got. So it's easy. So it depends on your and clothes. If it's about clothes, unlike before where you have to depend on brands, go to the shopping malls. Now you have shopping apps, like Taobao, where you can get the cheapest thing. If you go to my social media, the last post, the shirt I was putting on there, I got the shirt for about 60 yuan. And even though I'm going to use it for 1 or 2 days, but I got the luxury, you understand? So I would say everything depends on your lifestyle. Most foreigners here are teachers. And I remember when I started as a teacher here, earning about 4,000, 5,000 RMB. Yeah, we used to stay together, about 2 or 3 people. So we share. So it was everything depends on your lifestyle. Food is cheap if you want to. Yeah, China is the only country where you can go to the shop and get a crate of a crate of egg for 20 yuan, and you see another crate of egg for 2,000 RMB, and you'll be wondering like, what type of chicken had this that made it so much different. So everything depends on your lifestyle. There was a time I was spending just 50 kwai per day for food. Wake up in the morning. When I was staying as a bachelor. So everything depends on your lifestyle. But trust me, China is a place you can plan yourself and live the way you want to. Depends on your lifestyle. Yeah, what I like about China, I think it's the food. I've been here for almost 2 decades now, so I'm used with the Chinese food. Especially their morning breakfast. Yeah, and even when I try to eat African food now, it doesn't go well in my system. So of course, definitely, I'm gonna miss the Chinese food. I'm gonna miss it. And what else? I'm gonna miss the security in China. So China is a very. I've been to a couple of countries, and I can say China is a very safe country. You can go out, at any time, come back, open your doors, at night, and come back and find the same. The social China social media like their WeChat and Taobao. I'm going to miss Taobao. This is Chinese shopping apps where you can find anything except except man, except human being. You can find anything in Taobao. Yeah. So I think what I don't like about China is for foreigners is the sense of belongings they've refused to give foreigners. China is not a place where a foreigner that have stayed for years, will be thinking, oh, this is a country you can take for as a second home. So I don't know, maybe because of their population, even if you are married to a Chinese here, you still have to like think about it that any day they can tell you to leave the country. So I think the sense of belonging, which they've not given to foreigners, like they've not made us to like feel at home here and call um, a country where we've been for years, our second home. Yeah.
But this guy traveled and within a year came back.
Of course.
And he was like, which
what is
country
going
can you
to
go to?
go-
And he was looking good. Which country can you go to and spend a year and bring all this goods?
Everything like
China.
that.
China.
What is
Come,
in China?
it's teaching. No, you can teach there. Just speak little English. You can get teaching job, but they pay you $2,000 every month. That's very lucrative. Let's go. Yes, and China visa was like Dubai visa then. I just went to my dad had a car then. He had one old car there. I sold the car. I saw the car, I just found myself in China. Boom. I came. It was not like I was told. It was different.
When you go to the country, then you realize, damn,
Then that was when discrimination started, blah blah. And I can't go back. I saw my dad's car because everybody told me already not to go. It was only my mom that secretly said, okay, don't worry, I will back you up. Just do whatever you want to do because if you don't. It was only my mom. I couldn't tell my friends, neighbors that you want to go to China. They will discourage you.
Of course.
And I don't want to be discouraged. Because I already made up my mind, like, they say I can teach. 2,000. This guy just came to.
He's driving like real Chinese.
This guy just came to country. All those people go to UK 5 years, they don't come back. Some of them we don't even hear about them again. But this guy went to China.
Within a year.
Came back, brought so many goods. brought phones, 10 phones. Blah, blah. I'm going there. Oh. If it's to spend, I'll go there and spend 1 year. I will buy my popsy car back. But when I got here,
the story was different.
The story was different. It's like, you know, I was like, Omo, even if I have to go back now, I have to make the money to buy my dad's car back. If not, where will I go back? Where will I go back to go and who will I? That was why China said I have to work teaching. From teaching, when this discrimination started, I couldn't stand it. I started, you know, as recruiting people again. The first set of people that came to China to teach those years, I was one that brought them. Because I couldn't,
okay.
Even some, if you find any teacher here in China, that is teaching, and that came that year, I was the one that brought them.
Wow.
You know anybody, I was the one that brought them. Like 90% of them. I did that for some time, stopped, and I opened an English training class too. I opened an English training. There's nothing we've not done in China.
And you went back home.
Yeah.
And you went with so many things.
I went with so many things after, you know. I couldn't just go
So what
back
did you
home
tell your
like that.
friends? I said, "May I'm back. Me too, I'm
Yeah.
back."
So everybody wanted to come to China then.
Okay.
That was when everybody wanted to come to China, you know. I brought a lot of people that came to teach then, you know, from Nigeria then, because I created that.